Welcome to another episode of Hustle Time. Today we have Dhaanessh with us, who calls himself a AI explorer and is also the head of AI at BeerBiceps Skillhouse. So, hello Dhanesh, how are you?
Hello, Rachita. I'm very well. How are you?
Good.
All right.
Okay, to start with, firstly, we want to understand about your journey. From a college dropout, you are now the head of AI at BeerBiceps Skillhouse.
Wow. Just thinking back about that, I was a college dropout few years ago was insane. All right. So, like you told, I was a college dropout. The reason why I was a college dropout because I realized that real world skills are much more than that. It's very subjective, I know that, but this is my personal opinion, right? So I wanted to learn some real world skills and demanding skills. When I searched on the internet, what are some the most demand
Hmm.
skills into in the 2020s era, and that's when I figured out that digital marketing was a topic, and then there's something called social media marketing under digital marketing. So I went to social media marketing, bought a course on Udemy, learned it for like under 400 rupees.
Hmm.
What is social media marketing, which I didn't understand any of the single term, right? As day passes by, that's when
Hmm.
like I went to Google, I was learning about it and all of that. And then as I was learning, I got few clients. I was doing freelancing, like managing their social media stuff. And that's when I guess 2022, when ChatGPT came. It was towards the
Hmm.
end of the year,
Hmm.
2022 end, if I'm not wrong. ChatGPT came in. And that's when I was active on LinkedIn, right? So I was like, okay, I was just finding for the next big thing where like the trending topics I'm gonna go on.
Hmm.
Then people were talking about ChatGPT. I hope you knew when ChatGPT came,
Yes.
there was a lot of news was going on. So I created content about ChatGPT, and then few days into creating content, I saw a term called prompt engineering,
Hmm.
and I was interested. And I saw like on Coursera there was a prompt engineering course which I picked up,
Hmm.
and then I learned prompt engineering. And then if you go back to my LinkedIn post, I used to back then in 2022, I used to actually give tips about like prompt engineering from what I've learned.
Okay.
Back then I didn't know that this was going to be a big thing. I thought
Hmm.
ChatGPT was just like a tool where people ask something and they get the answer.
Hmm.
I just thought it was a Google replacement.
Hmm.
I didn't have that much of a knowledge what ChatGPT can do now, right? And then slowly and steadily I saw a lot of stuff coming into AI, and then I saw the need of learning about AI. Like someday it hit me that it's not only about ChatGPT, there's a lot of tools outside there,
Hmm.
right? And that's when like I dove right in. I started learning like how these tools are, people are building these tools. And there's this term called wrapper where people build apps that is around ChatGPT. Like
Okay.
ChatGPT is functioning behind, but
Hmm.
then they have an app altogether,
Hmm.
right? So I figured that all of that, and then I came to know about a lot of new terms inside AI, like ChatGPT is an LLM. There are a lot of terms, right? So I learned all of that. I learned a lot of tools, and then I explored each and every tool, seeing what they can do and how are they are being trained, how are they being built. It is also a branch of me loving tech also, I would say, because I
Hmm.
used to love tech, right? I love tech a lot. I'm a huge Apple fanboy. That doesn't mean I only love Apple. I love a lot of tech.
Hmm.
And I think that techiness in me brings me to AI as well, right? It's fun to see what AI is coming up with every single day, right? The possibilities are endless. So yeah.
Yeah, usually the thought that people would have is to become a AI expert or to know and talk about AI. People think that you need a backing of IT industry, but you without any knowledge of being in that domain, you have still gained a lot of knowledge around it. So firstly, if someone wants to is just a curious student, college student,
Yeah.
going through their day, but they want to learn more about AI and
Hmm.
reach somewhere that you are today, how can they go about that?
Okay, so there are a lot of wings inside AI, right? Like for example, your Tesla car is a type of AI.
Hmm.
Your Alexa and Siri is a type of AI. Similarly, ChatGPT is a type of AI, right? So there are a lot in terms of AI. And yes, for some particular AI field like AI, ML,
Hmm.
like your data science, all of them come under coding part, if I'm not wrong, right?
Yeah.
Of course, you need
Yeah,
a
yeah.
little bit about
Yeah.
coding, right? But there is a side where generative AI where you can be the user of AI, like I am. Like I know a little bit about coding, but it's not that I'm an expert at coding.
Hmm.
But I don't think so that coding has helped me to in this journey, right? So I'm a user of AI. Similarly, I would recommend those who don't know about AI can be a user of AI and can do a lot in terms of AI.
Hmm.
And that's what I'm doing currently. At the same time, you can also know coding and build something around AI as well. So either you can be a user of it or you can be a builder of it as well. So it depends on which route you're taking. So I would rather recommend for someone who's interested in AI, figure out what are the domains under AI because AI is an umbrella term. Like I told you, right? Like there are robots, there are cars, there are like, your Alexa and Siri voice assistants, right? So figure out which one they like and see if that particular domain coding is involved or not, right? And then they can take a decision whether they want to learn coding and go into that route, or maybe like just have a no code background and just be a user of AI. So yeah.
Okay. So nowadays, as we see AI is evolving, a lot of coding is also happening through it.
Correct.
As in, people are using ChatGPT also to write codes.
Correct.
Plus, I've seen a lot of college students using that for assignment and then submitting those codes
Right.
as well. So, do you think eventually people without coding background can also go ahead with that?
As of today, I would say maybe to some extent, yes, you can do projects without coding. But I would always recommend that you need to know a little bit about coding. The reason being, yes, AI can write you code. But because whenever I try to write code, there are errors that come up. Yes, you can again tell an AI to solve that particular error. But you have to be, at end of the day, you have to know what you're actually doing, right? So I would always recommend, as of today, learn a little bit about coding if you're going into the coding route, right? But yes, AI can solve 80% of the coding problems, but the remaining 20% is up to you. Just know basics about Python. It's very simple to learn a Python. You can learn a Python over the weekend. But just having that Python knowledge is more than enough for you to work around the coding. Let AI do the 80% of the task and you do the 20% of like human in the loop concept, basically, right?
So, in your introduction, you also mentioned a term called prompt engineering.
Yeah.
And nowadays, it is creating a lot of hype, and everyone wants to know what prompt engineering is. And when ChatGPT started, it was with the basic knowledge ki, okay, you go type whatever you want and it is giving you an output.
Right.
But it was never ki, oh, prompt engineering is becoming a course and people are buying it also. So, how did that change and how important prompt engineering is today?
Let us see what is a prompt, okay? A prompt is basically the message or instruction that you are giving to an AI. You're typing into ChatGPT, right? So the message that you're typing is called a prompt. And prompt engineering is basically you're crafting that input or the message in such a way that these tools like ChatGPT or Gemini understand your input and give an output that we desire. Let me tell you one thing. Tell me honestly, Rachita, have you given a prompt to ChatGPT and when it gives an output that you don't like, have you told it that no, I don't like this, keep giving me more, and then it's an endless loop where you tell ChatGPT that no, change it. End of the day, at some point you might get the desired output, right?
Yes, it happens
So,
endless times.
Exactly, and it has happened to a lot of people that I've spoken to, right? So the reason being, we all lack in something called prompt engineering, right? There is just a basic framework that you have to follow to craft these prompts and get a better output. It is as simple as that. It is basically how do you instruct these tools in such a way that these tools understand your input and give a better output. So for that, just follow like few basic frameworks that these tools understand and then gives you the output. As simple as that. All right. So let me talk about the framework. Always in your prompt, the very first thing you have to include is role. Assign a role. Okay. For example, let's say you're a marketing specialist. You want to create a few marketing ideas around your brand or something. Okay. The very first thing you go is go to ChatGPT and then give the first thing in the prompt as act as a highly experienced marketer in this marketing field or something for the past 10 years, like with 10 plus years of experience. Just assign a role. Okay, give a persona to it. The second thing is mention the task. What do you want now? In our case, we are asking for marketing ideas for our particular brand. Maybe we can say that, hey, I want 5 marketing ideas for my skincare brand or something like that. Give more detail about what task you want. Okay. Third thing is set context or constraints. Okay. When I mean context is basically, now you have a skincare brand. You want marketing idea for it. Now you have to explain ChatGPT, what is your brand exactly? What is the mission, vision? What sort of audience you're targeting towards? All these are context. And this is where 99% of the people are lacking. We fail to give context. Okay, context is the most important thing that you'll ever give to a prompt. Because think about this, ChatGPT doesn't know about us.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't know about us. We think that ChatGPT knows everything. That also means that it knows about us, which is not the case. You have to tell our preference first. Okay? Treat ChatGPT like your intern, I would always say, right? Let's say an intern comes to you and you want to delegate a task to that intern, like find me 5 marketing ideas. You will of course explain that intern, right? What is this company about? Like what sort of marketing idea I'm expecting? So all these are important. These are all the context that would give an intern. Similarly, give that to ChatGPT. Okay? Third thing is context and constraints. Also, when I meant by constraints, give some constraints that you want. I want the marketing, the ideas to be around this particular niche, that particular niche, or something around this, right? So you can give constraints as well. Fourth one is giving examples or setting expectation. Let's say you like few marketing ideas from your competitor. You can take those and tell ChatGPT, give it as reference, and tell ChatGPT that these are the marketing ideas that my competitors came up with and I like them. I want to create something similar around this, like come up with marketing ideas similar around this. So you're giving an example. End of the day, giving example is also, in a way, it's giving context, right? You're telling what you like, so they'll get more context about it. So setting example is also important. So with this particular framework, I'm sure 80% of your prompting problems will be done, and the remaining 20% is all about practice. Because all of us, one more important thing to master prompt is essentially having clear thinking and having good vocabulary and good communication skill. Think about this. You have something in your mind, and basically your prompts are basically your thoughts, right? If your thoughts are not clear, if you're not clear about your goal, end of the day, whatever framework I'm sharing it to you, you can't become a good prompt engineer even with those frameworks. So first thing is have good clarity of thought, and then have good communication skill. Okay, how do you build communication skill? Through writing. Okay, good writing is an outcome of good thoughts, basically. Similarly, good prompts are an outcome of good thoughts also. It's my opinion. Okay, have clear thought on what you want, set the goal straight, and then tell it to ChatGPT. That is the framework that I would suggest.
Okay, understood. And also, when ChatGPT started, it was more on the lines of, just writing text. Now it is also, you can upload images,
Correct.
you can tell it to
Correct.
make a graphic
Correct.
or something like that. So, as you are working closely on ChatGPT and learning all these platforms also, how have you seen it evolve? And what are the different features that you think people are not aware that ChatGPT also has, which people should be using?
Wow, there's a lot of stuff that people can do inside ChatGPT, and I'm super amazed that a lot of people don't know the features inside ChatGPT. All they know is like what you told, Rachita,
Yeah.
that people just go ask and just come back. But there are a lot of super features inside ChatGPT. All right, let me come back. Initially, in 2022, I really remember the a very basic chat based app
Yeah.
where you can just ask a question. Now it has become multimodal. Multimodal means you can generate image like you told, you can talk to it, right? You can do a lot of stuff inside ChatGPT. So it has become multimodal. Right. It is not only ChatGPT. There are tools like Gemini where it is multimodal also. They have Google VO3. I hope a lot of people know what is VO3. They have generated AI videos, right? And this recent Gemini 2.0 flash image, which is the Nanao Banana model, where people create, the childhood pictures of theirs and the flower holding picture of theirs. All these are multimodal. They're becoming multimodal, these tools, right? So yeah, it is good in a way that all these tools are coming inside a single app rather than we have to go to separate apps, which is really, really great. And to answer your question, what are the features that people are missing out on? I would say there are a lot. Like, for example, in ChatGPT, there is something called an agent mode. Okay. Where this agent, let's say you ask something to this agent will actually go onto the browser live. It will open up a live browser and it will search on your behalf with reasoning capabilities. Like, for example, let's say you ask something around, you want a article on psychology. Okay, you tell ChatGPT that, hey, find me articles about psychology about this particular topic. ChatGPT is going to open up the agent browser and it's going to search. Now, let's say there is a website that it doesn't relate it to our thing. Now, the reasoning model acts in such a way that it reasons on its own that, no, this is what the user asked, but this is a different website that I've opened. Let me go to the next website. So with these reasoning capabilities, the chances of hallucination also decreases. So it gives you a more relevant answer. Agent mode is such a game changer. Disclaimer, it is in the paid version. All right. For free users to use it, there are features like deep research option under ChatGPT where they can also, use it. And for example, there is another option for students where ChatGPT has released something called study and learn option. Okay. Under the study and learn, this ChatGPT will actually behave as their tutor, basically, where they can upload their PDF, ask questions, right? With reasoning abilities, 99% of the time, it's going to answer the right answer. I would highly recommend students to use study and learn option inside ChatGPT. It's a very good feature, right? Next, we can personalize ChatGPT as well. It's an amazing feature. Let's say, Rachita, you are a host, right? You can get your own ChatGPT and go to the settings. There is a personalization option where you can go name yourself. Will ask for your name and your what are you doing day-to-day basis. So you can give all of this to ChatGPT. So now going forward, ChatGPT will personalize your answer based on that. So it is a
Okay.
very interesting feature. Let me tell
Yeah.
you another new update that ChatGPT released, I think 2-3 days ago.
Hmm.
It is called ChatGPT Pulse.
Okay.
And this is such an amazing tool. A lot of people are talking about it in the AI community as well, and I am loving it, right? It is available in the mobile app, but again, you need in the paid version. They might release it to the free version, I don't know, soon, but they haven't announced it. So let me tell you what is ChatGPT Pulse. So basically, you go to ChatGPT every day, you talk to it, right? ChatGPT Pulse is so smart that it will remember all your chats. It will see what matters to you and what is important. Let's say you talk to ChatGPT and say, "Hey, I'm planning to go to Paris next year, and I'm planning for this particular trip with my girlfriends and all of this." Right? Once you tell that, ChatGPT Pulse is so smart that in during the night when you're sleeping, it is gonna work in the back end,
Okay.
finding all over the internet about like your travel to Europe or Paris or whatever, and all the budgets and like itineraries and everything. And the next day morning, when you wake up and open ChatGPT, ChatGPT is going to notify you, "Hey Rachita, I remember you were talking about this. Here are some
Okay.
guides and tips that I found over the night for you." Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that is ChatGPT Pulse for you. It is in the paid version currently. If it comes to the free version, maybe you guys might know very, very soon. So try it out. It's a very interesting feature that you guys can try out.
That is actually
It'll save a lot of time, right?
yeah.
So
Yes.
one of my friend, right, I recently came to know that he wants to start a startup, and he was talking to ChatGPT something around that, and he was also finding the location where in India should I start a startup. And I think when ChatGPT, I think it was during ChatGPT Pulse time only, and then he woke up the next day morning, and then he saw a summary of why Delhi is the best place to start a startup.
Oh, okay.
And then it gave like B2B startup, what you should do, like what are the benefits, what are the pros and cons and all of that. And he was super mind blown, and he told me that also, and it was actually a good thing. He told me that this was the exact question that I was gonna ask the same day, but ChatGPT has given it to me already.
Okay.
So it figured out like what people
Yeah.
might ask next and all. It's super smart. So it's another agentic feature, I would say, from ChatGPT. So yeah.
Okay. Moving on to something that you mentioned last was building agents. And this is also something that people usually search for, how to build an AI agent.
Right.
So, can you give us like a very basic step which can help us in our day to day activities also?
Okay.
And then maybe we can dive in deeper.
Okay, sure. Okay, now before even talking about AI agents, let us see what is an AI agent. Okay. And if you think that ChatGPT is an AI agent, no. Right?
Okay.
It is a tool that will generate us text or maybe images. It's a generative tool. Whereas an AI agent can think, reason, and act on its own. You remember I told you inside ChatGPT there's an agentic feature
Yeah.
where once we have given a prompt, it will itself reason and go onto the internet, search things for us and bring it to us. Exactly that. That is just, I would say that is just a step towards agentic stuff. But an AI agent is something that would think, reason, and act on its own.
Okay.
Okay. So going forward into 2026, AI agent is going to be the biggest thing ever.
Okay.
Right now we are in the world of even Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang, he mentioned that 2025 is the world of generative AI. We are going to see everything around generative AI, and 2026 is going to be the world of agentic AI. You're going to see a lot of AI agents that are coming up for various numbers of tasks. All right. So 2026, watch out for that. All right. Cool. Coming back. So we saw what is an AI agent. How do you build an AI agent? These tools, like for example, ChatGPT, they have an agentic feature. There is a tool called Manus. Manus is also an agentic tool where it can also similar to ChatGPT agent. It will also do. It is free also. You can try Manus. They have free credits, right? It is also an agentic tool. Perplexity has recently released Comet. Okay. Perplexity has another tool called Perplexity Comet, and it is an agentic browser.
Okay.
For example, consider Google Chrome with AI agent inside it. And you can do a lot of crazy stuff. Can I tell you one crazy stuff?
Yeah.
Just give a prompt to Perplexity Comet, maybe like, I'm looking for a beautiful socks on Amazon under 500 rupees with best ratings. Go find it for me. It's gonna find the best socks under with the best review, with the best price that you are looking for, and add it to the cart for you.
Okay.
Even if you don't mind giving your card details to it also, it can transact the payment for you. Right?
Okay.
So it is an interesting feature. So inside that browser, you can literally order. Let's say you have your Google Excel sheet or Google sheet inside. You can open it up. There is an assistant feature inside Perplexity comment. Imagine Google Chrome having an assistant feature inside it. Okay, so you click on that assistant feature and just open up your Google sheet on the browser and just ask the assistant, analyze this data for me and tell me where I'm going wrong. So for marketing professional or somebody who's working around data, they can use Perplexity comment for that as well. Right? There are endless. You can do YouTube summaries.
Okay.
I'm sorry to say this, but on Hustle Time, if anybody has Perplexity comment, open up Perplexity comment and you can summarize this whole conversation between me and Rachita.
Okay.
Perplexity comment can do that. So it is a very interesting feature. It is an agentic browser. Right? Similar to Perplexity comment, there is Dia browser. There is another agentic browser called Fellow. So all these are agentic browsers, right? So these are first step towards the agentic world. If you yourself, let's say you have a particular task. Let's say you are a HR. You want to screen resumes, the best candidates. You can build an AI agent altogether. There are two ways to build an AI agent. One is through coding. One is through no code. No code options are like make.com or maybe Na10. Na10 is a very powerful tool that people use to build AI agents. So if you have a plan ready, like if your agent is something that is very personalized to you that you want to build altogether, in that case you can go to Na10 and build workflows. Right? And how do you master AI agent? Through Na10, I mean, okay? Through Na10, you have to know your exact workflow, first thing.
Okay.
Building Na10, knowing about Na10 is secondary. That is what I would always recommend. Think about this, Rachita. If you don't know about your workflow, how can you build an AI agent? Or how can you, let's say you don't know about your own task, like what do you have to do? What is the exact step that you have to perform? How will you explain it to your intern? Right?
Yeah,
Similarly, if you don't know about your workflow, you can't even translate that to an AI agent. So knowing your workflow is very important. What are the steps? After that comes your Na10 skill. How do you learn Na10 and all of that? So that is very important. So first know your workflow and then learn Na10 and together you can build a good AI agents as well. No coding.
Damn, like the AI world is progressing very quickly, very fast.
Very, very fast.
Yeah, like I was listening to some random conversation the other day, and that day the same thing that you mentioned, ki now it can add things to your cart and buy it for you as well, which is also scary to think of, that we have reached that stage where it first used to seem far-fetched thought, but in like 8-9 months AI has just gone from nowhere to everywhere. I also want to understand, when it comes to AI tools, a lot of people talk about ChatGPT. But as you mentioned, there are a lot of different tools that people should be using and people should be knowing about. So, can you just mention a few of them which can help them in their daily task or daily routine? So, just the name of the AI tool and how it can help us out.
Okay, very good question. This is the most common question I get wherever I go. I do conduct offline workshops. I do conduct online workshops, right? And people always ask this. And whenever I say like, how many of you know only ChatGPT? And trust me, 60 to 70% of them only knows ChatGPT,
Yeah.
right? So there are a lot of tools. To some extent, they might know Gemini or DeepSeek or all of these tools. But apart from these tools, they don't know anything. Right? So there are a lot of tools that can solve. Like for example, I think we are half an hour into the conversation and we already knew Perplexity comment, we already knew
Yeah.
Na10, make.com, right? So yeah, it is pretty interesting that what AI can do for us. All right, coming back to your question, let us consider category. Okay, like for example, working professional. If you are a working professional, you can use tools like ChatGPT. Pretty much ChatGPT can do everything for you. Okay, I would personally recommend go out there and explore ChatGPT as a working professional. Whatever problems or whatever task you have, try it with ChatGPT. If ChatGPT can't do, now I will tell you some other tools that you can try. Okay. First is I would recommend any LLM. Okay. It can be a ChatGPT, it can be a Gemini, it can be a DeepSeek, or it can be Grok as well. All these tools are pretty much an LLM. Try out which one do you like, because I've seen few people like Gemini, few people like Claude, few people like ChatGPT, right? So it depends. It's very subjective based on our preferences. So first thing, as a working professional, have ChatGPT. For marketing professional, there's something called Hicksfield AI. And trust me, personally, I would say 2025's best AI tool is not ChatGPT or Gemini or Grok. It is Hicksfield AI.
Okay.
The amount of features they come up with every single day is insane. The amount of stuff they do inside their app is insane and everybody loves it. All right. So I think on Instagram, this trend went viral, right? The Earth zoom out. Like there was a person and then it suddenly zoomed out. It's all from Hicksfield AI.
Okay.
And it's not that. They also integrate like your Google VO3, and there is a recent tool called Wan 2.2. It's a Chinese tool where you can animate yourself. For
Okay.
example, let's say I'm sitting right now. Editor, if you can do it, the editor can use Wan 2.2 to change myself as a, let's say, Dwayne Johnson,
Okay.
right? So if the editor has changed at this point, literally you're talking to Dwayne Johnson. And whatever I'm talking, you'll be looking like I'm talking to Dwayne Johnson. So you can switch such roles also using Wan 2.2 animate. Right. So for marketing professional, Higgsville is a very good tool. They can put out their product there and then they can create drone shots of, imagine creating drone shots without even a drone using Higgsville.
Yeah.
So a marketing professional can go all in creative using Higgsville AI. I would recommend. The only tool if they ask me what should I buy is Higgsville AI, because they have everything around image generation, video generation, and all this cool VFX, the Hollywood level, stuff inside. So I would recommend for marketing professional Higgsville AI. If you're somebody working with the data analysis and all of that, ChatGPT is pretty much good. But if you want a tool altogether, Julius AI is a good tool.
Okay.
Right? You can use Julius AI. If you want it to be translated into a chart or a bar graph, then you can maybe use Manus. I've already mentioned Manus. There is a data visualization tool altogether inside Manus. You can explore that as well for data visualization, right? And for sales professional, there is something called 11 Labs, all right? Where 11 Labs, imagine 11 Labs voice agent can call customers and close sales on behalf of the business.
Okay.
Right? For example, Amazon customer support, they have this automated call. Whenever you pick, the Amazon agent will call, will talk, but it is not responsive. Like if you talk something back, it won't understand because it's been trained only on to talk a particular thing. This voice agent is a real-time agent that will talk to us based on our response.
Okay.
Like if you say, hey, I'm looking for your product, how much is that? The agent is going to answer. Similarly, you can build customer support agents inside using 11 Labs. Right? Similarly, similar to 11 Labs, there is another tool called Vapi.
Okay.
Similar, you can build a voice agent using Vapi or 11 Labs conversational agent. So this is another type of agent, right? Which you can train completely on your, let's say, business behalf. That, hey, this is my business. This is what I do. These are the queries that customer might ask. You are responsible to answer customer queries. Your customer support agent is done. That can work for you 24/7.
Damn, that's a really great tool.
Right? So all you have to do is connect that agent with a phone number. They 11 Labs or Vapi, they provide a feature where you can connect it to a phone number. And once you have connected, you're good to go. You have built that. Right? So you can use such tools. And let's say you want to do research, to perform research, Gemini 2.5 with the research, deep research enabled. You go to Gemini, enable the deep research option and do any research in your any of the field. Boom. It is the best research tool that you can ever use, because the reason being, Gemini is owned by Google.
Yeah.
Google has Google's data.
Yeah.
And I've tried this personally. I've tried, I wouldn't recommend you to do what I did, but what I did was, I took my stocks portfolio. I took a particular company I don't want to mention, but I put it onto ChatGPT deep research. I asked it. It only sourced, I think, 60 websites. Only 60. Guess how much Gemini deep research did?
I can't, because with the rate AI is growing, I don't even want to give a wrong answer.
600 plus.
Damn.
I'm not sure with the number. I'm thinking it's 620 plus, but I've seen 600. The maximum I've seen is 600.
Okay.
Pulled up 600 websites. So imagine if you're doing a research for your own particular domain or whatever, you would maybe, to research those 600 websites, you would take weeks, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe even months.
Yeah.
Right? To go through one by one and put it in a document. This just did in 10 minutes for me. 600 websites in just 10 minutes. So for research, use Gemini 2.5 Pro with deep research enabled. Right? And for creating presentations, we have a tool called Gamma. I think people know about Gamma as well. To create presentation, you can use a tool called Gamma, or maybe you can use a tool called presentations.ai. They are good presentation builders as well. So I think these tools will be helpful for a working professional a lot. So
okay. You have knowledge of so many AI tools. May I also know, like, how much time you spend in research and how do you get to know about all these tools?
Right. Rachita, trust me, the amount of AI tools that I go every single day is insane, because it is a lot for me to
Yeah.
go through with, right? And I maintain a document where whenever I see a AI tool, I copy paste it, and then during the evenings whenever I'm free, I just try to explore those tools, and then I see if it's good to if it's actually worth the time to spend on it or not. If it's not, then I remove it from my document, or else I add it to my document if it's good enough. But the problem is that you know a lot of tools, but you don't know which one to say. That is the problem.
Yeah.
When people ask me, sometimes I just mind start buffering. Which tool do I say, and what is the name of the tool? Because there's a lot of tools, right? So yeah, it is impossible for me to remember also. So yeah, but pretty much trust me, you only have to know. It doesn't mean that you also have to know a lot of tools like I know, right? I have researched about like easily 500 plus tools. In my document, there are only like 200, 250 plus tools that are actually like, worth the time to, like explore, right? But it doesn't mean that everybody has to know 200 to 250 tools. Like I told you, they only need 5 to 10 tools. That's pretty much it. And you must be thinking, Rachita, that I know a lot of tools and I must be working with all of these tools. Ask me how many tools do I use? Just guess. Take a wild guess.
It would be around at least 10 to 15.
Only one.
Okay.
Only one. And it is ChatGPT. That's it.
Okay.
Like I told you, right? ChatGPT literally can solve all my tasks, right? I'm not only the head of AI at BeerBiceps also. I manage the business angle of Skillhouse as well, right? So for me as a business professional, I mean like building the business at Skillhouse also, ChatGPT is more than enough for me. Like doing the research, finding ideas, all of that ChatGPT can pretty much do anything and everything for me. So for me, for my task, I've analyzed and I realized that, okay, ChatGPT is good to go for me. And I bought the highest level subscription of ChatGPT because I know that it is going to be worth of my time, right? So that's what I would recommend.
Okay.
For people to actually explore and see which tools are important for them. And end of the day, they're going to come back to only 5 to 10 tools. That's it. Minimum 5, maximum 10. Not even minimum 1, I would say. And maximum would be 10. That's it.
Okay. That's a lot of information, firstly. And yeah, I mean, obviously, there would be one or two tools that you get very familiar with, and then you can just stick to that rather than exploring all the tools and just trying everything
100%.
out, because it's also going to be time consuming for that matter. Okay, so I also want to understand, as you mentioned that there are so many things change, AI tools coming in and out. One debate that has been going on for ages was, will AI replace jobs? Will AI replace human? Now it has become, will AI replace human intelligence? So what is your take on that? Because you are closely working in this domain.
Right.
How do you see that changing, and how do you see that also, not taking away jobs? Because now that we are using AI, we have also realized it's not exactly taking away jobs, but it's actually making a lot of your work easier.
Right. That's a very good statement that you said, Rachita. So I would leave it to the experts. Those experts who are working to figure out like whether how to find a balance between like AI replacing jobs and all of that. There might be experts, I'm not sure, right? So let us leave to them. Let us see what they are coming up with, what are the laws they are coming up with. But to answer your question, this is my opinion. This is only my opinion and not influenced by anyone. I would say, like you told, right? Jobs are not getting replaced. Okay, I might be wrong. This is my own opinion. Jobs are not getting replaced, but they are getting redefined. Okay, think about this. Let's say you have your personal assistant. Okay, right? Back then, your personal assistant has to do everything by himself. Like you tell him, he does everything for you. Schedule emails, schedule meetings, and all of this for you, right? Send emails and all of that. But now with AI, you can literally build an AI agent that can take care of everything. Now, what do you think the role of this person would be? Right? Now, his role from being just an EA will be redefined into, you are an EA plus you'll be working with AI agents. Right? Maybe we can build an AI agent altogether where the agent will schedule meetings and stuff, where this EA might have to work with that AI agent. Right? So he might have to like maybe tune something, add something, or talk to that AI agent. Right? So his job is getting redefined. That is my opinion. Take a receptionist for that matter. Back then, the receptionist maybe have to work with just Google Sheet or maybe like sorting out data and all of this. Now with tools like Julius and everything, all she has to do is just work along with that tool. And that's what exactly you told, right?
Yeah.
Consider AI as a productivity partner. Don't push away AI. If you push away AI, AI will push you even harder. And then you're literally going to lose away, right? So rather become a user of AI, right? okay, social media came up. Does that
Yeah.
mean the cinema industry went away?
No.
Right? So that's how it works.
Hmm.
So people prefer entertainment in their own ways.
Hmm.
Similarly, AI is not like, I don't know if it's a good analogy to say, but that's what I wanted to tell you, right? But I would say jobs are getting redefined. So I would recommend every single one to actually use AI. Start using AI, explore
Yeah.
them,
Hmm.
use them as a productivity partner. Like I told you, this research tool with Gemini, what will take you weeks or months will now just take you less than 10 minutes to do your research.
Yeah.
What will take you 2 days to build a PPT presentation will now just take less than 10 minutes with Gamma,
Hmm.
right? So treat them as a productivity partner. So you use those tools, save the time, focus on something that will actually lead to your growth, right?
Hmm.
No more manual tasks to be focused on. Focus on tasks that will give you fruits and money,
Hmm.
right? So that's what I would recommend. So yeah.
Okay. Now coming to, obviously we'll dive deeper into how it can be used in each domain. But before that, I want to ask one basic question. If a young professional around 18-year-old, 19-year-old, or maybe someone who's just fresh out of college is now started to apply for jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you're applying for a job, you go through different websites, you see where the job opening is, you go through LinkedIn accounts, then see where the job opening is, and then you have to go manually apply for a job or so. Is there any way that AI can help these guys to just improve the process and make it much better? Because also, a lot of times, there are very silly mistakes that we notice
Right.
when we receive a resume or something.
Okay.
And those silly mistakes through AI can be avoided.
Makes
So,
sense.
is there any way how AI can smoothen those process for these
Okay.
guys?
Those who are smart until this point, those who have watched the podcast until this point, they would have figured out that you can use Perplexity, Comment, or ChatGPT agent to actually make them go out there on the internet, find jobs for them.
Hmm.
Right? I think a week ago, one of my student, she texted me telling that my son is looking for this particular job in data analytics, if I'm not wrong. How do we help him apply for other countries? In other countries, so he's looking to go abroad in different other countries. So how do we do that? Personally, I haven't tried it, but from what I knew, I just told him, try it out, bro, and just let me know if it worked. So he tried tools like Perplexity, Comment, and ChatGPT agent, and he told he actually got like few good, job openings, right? So the better prompt you give, the more context you give, like what job you're looking for, the better answer is gonna give. So for job hunting, I would recommend such tools. Use GPT agent, or maybe a Perplexity Comment, or maybe tools that will actually go out there and do. Second thing is you can use N8N. Like I already
Okay.
told you, can build a agent altogether. But if you don't have that bandwidth or time to do that, and if you feel it's very manual for you to do it, use tools like Comet or ChatGPT agent. All right. Two things here. Let's say you are a working professional and you want to build a resume. A very good tool you can use is Kick Resume, where this AI tool will help you build a resume altogether for you. And I think companies will have something called ATS checker, and it will actually make sure that it is ATS proof basically. I'm not sure if it's the right word. It will help those resume to avoid those ATS checks.
Okay.
Right? Another tool is, one is Kick Resume, the other tool is Teal.
Okay.
Teal is also another tool where you can create resumes and also you can make it ATS friendly. Right? So these are two tools for resume. For those who are seeking job, can use these two tools to actually go out there and apply for jobs and build a very good resume.
Okay, and anyway, it can help them also cold email a few companies here and there.
100%. I recently reached out to the marketing head of Perplexity using Perplexity Comment.
Okay.
Right? I told that, find out who's the marketing head of Perplexity, and go through their LinkedIn and tell me what post they have created, what do they believe in, and everything. Right? So it came up with like this person has studied here, studied there. I never knew they have even done a startup before coming to Perplexity.
Okay.
They haven't mentioned it in their LinkedIn that they have done a startup, but they have actually done a startup before. Right?
Okay.
Perplexity Comment is so smart that it has actually figured that out
Mhm.
also. Right? I'm not sure if it was the marketing. I think she was in some special events. I don't want to mention her name, but so she's the person, right? So it even told that she built a startup before.
Okay, when you mention this particular information, at times it does happen that certain information which is already there on Google may be
Got
wrong,
it.
or
Got it.
maybe some here and there
Got it.
information is
Got it.
missing. In that case, how do you make sure that the thing that is going out is 100% proof checked.
Okay, got it. Now comes the topic where I tell you in the beginning, human in the loop concept.
Hmm.
As of today, we are shooting in September 2025. As of September 2025, you can't trust AI blindly.
Okay. Hmm.
Okay? So always do your due diligence in terms of the output.
Hmm.
Yes, it saves you time, but always do your due diligence in figuring out if the output is right or wrong by going to the website. Like for example, Perplexity comment, even I didn't know that. How come
Hmm.
on LinkedIn, for example, when it told that the
Yeah,
person has
yeah,
started a
yeah.
startup,
Hmm.
even I was wondering, was it a hallucination problem, or like is
Hmm.
it actually real? So I went through the site that it has actually mentioned, and it was the university itself has mentioned their name and the startup they have mentioned.
Hmm.
So it is so smart in that. So I can now prove, okay, it is a valid
Hmm.
university
Hmm.
website.
Hmm.
She has studied there and she has done a startup there, and then she is now working at Perplexity.
Hmm.
Right. So I did my due diligence there. Similarly, do not trust, like I told you, do not trust any AI as of September 2025. We are
Hmm.
not there yet. All
Hmm.
right. We haven't reached something called AGI.
Okay, what is
AGI
that?
is called Artificial General Intelligence.
Hmm.
Imagine an AI that is as smart as a human. Like now, Rachita, if I tell you, do this task, you will
Hmm.
actually do, like you will figure out like what is the task, how to
Hmm.
do it and everything, you'll do it. Similarly, AGI is basically, let's say, let's consider this AGI as a computer. Imagine this computer know how to learn, how to think, how to reason, how to act,
Okay.
and how to take the feedback and
Hmm.
then work on it and then learn once again, relearn once again.
Hmm. Hmm.
Basically, like a human.
Yeah.
That's called AGI. And all these companies like ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, DeepSeek are racing towards AGI,
Hmm.
right? So these companies are literally fighting to see who reaches that AGI level.
Hmm.
And recently, Elon Musk has spoken on Twitter that Grok 5, currently we are on Grok 4. Their version
Okay.
of Grok is
Hmm.
Grok 4.
Hmm.
Grok 5 is releasing in December 2025. It is rumored to be released, according to Elon Musk. And he says that Grok 5 might touch the AGI status.
Okay. So that would be the first
I had a
agent to.
question 2 days ago when
Hmm.
I conducted a seminar. A person asked me that is it all fluff or is it real? In my opinion, it looks like real. GPT-5 was about to come. Sam
Yeah.
Altman was hyping it that
Hmm.
GPT-5 might reach AGI status, but it
Hmm.
got huge backlash.
Hmm.
But in my opinion, it was a good update. In my opinion, right? Those who are in the free version, it is a good update for them.
Hmm. Yeah. Makes
GPT-5.
sense.
It's a
Hmm.
very good leap for the people
Hmm.
who are in the free version, right? But it is not at an AGI level yet. But I'm not sure about Elon Musk because we never know.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
he's hyping it up in such a way that it might reach AGI status, Grok 5.
Hmm.
Because 2 days ago, I think it was yesterday or day before yesterday, they did a test for Grok 4. Grok 4 released 2-3 months ago,
Hmm.
but they did a test yesterday. They have updated their Grok 4 model, and they did a test, and they told that currently it tops the who's leading towards the AGI race.
Hmm.
It has performed well towards the AGI race basically. So even after updating the model, it is performed well. So imagine Grok 5. So
Hmm.
let us see what Elon
Yeah.
Musk has to offer
Yeah.
us.
True. There was a term that you mentioned, hallucination.
Correct.
Uh, People who use ChatGPT very frequent might know what it is,
Mhm.
but also just to give a context to the listeners, what does hallucination in
Basically,
terms of
AI
this
giving
mean?
us wrong information confidently.
Hmm.
Even without, like, even if the information is not there, it confidently says that yes, this is the information. But actually, when you go deeper into it, you will figure out that that's just fluff. So
Hmm.
that is called hallucination. So these models are trained in such a way that to think and like give us answer, right? So hence it is conditioned to give us an answer, so it might hallucinate at some point.
Hmm.
Hence all these reasoning models has brought these hallucinations to come down because they reason, they
Hmm.
verify once again if it's right or
Hmm.
wrong, so they
Hmm.
reason on their own. Similar to like how humans work, right? Like if we go out there and check if it's right or wrong, we know if we know it's wrong, we'll go and figure out something that is right, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Similarly, these reasoning models also work that way.
Hmm. Okay, makes sense. Also, you mentioned a lot of tools for the marketing industry in general. I would also like to now dive deep into domain specific. So,
Sure.
firstly, I want to know if an IT professional is looking at this episode, what is their takeaway from this? Like, what are the tools that you would suggest, or how that industry can use AI in general?
Right.
what would be your
I've
suggestion
already
for
shared
that?
for data analysis few tools like
Yeah.
Julius and all of this. For somebody who's working with Excel sheet, there is a tool called Comma Bot where they can
Okay.
visualize, they can analyze their data. It's a very good tool. And if you want to prepare presentations, I've already told you Gamma. Let's say if you want to build softwares, right, you can use the front end of the software. You can use tools like ChatGPT, which
Okay.
can actually build you the front end of a particular software, right? So as a IT professional, you can use tools like GPT. Claude is very good at that. Gemini is also good. Gemini can also generate front ends of websites, right? And there's a tool called Lovable,
Okay.
right? Lovable can actually generate you apps and websites as well, right? But if you ask me if it's production ready, I'm not sure about it because I'm not an app builder myself. Let the experts talk about it. But I don't think so it's production ready because these apps might make mistake. When it goes production, imagine thousands and thousands of people using that app once it's production ready. I think you need huge amount of server, good, strong backend data. Right? If your backend is not strong, then it's going to fail. The app is going to fail or the website is going to fail. Right? So they can maybe generate you like what will take you maybe let's say 2 days to prepare a front end design. AI can do that for you. Simple. So from there you can take it forward. So such tools will be helpful for a IT professional in my opinion.
Okay. Now coming to the domain that you are closely working with, which is again content creation, social media, and media field in general. I am sure that you also research a lot about the tools that they are using on a day-to-day basis,
Right.
may it be video editor or may it be a social media manager. So, firstly, for a video editor, what are the tools that they need to know?
Okay. For video editor, I'm assuming they must be working along with around videos, right?
Yeah.
Their day-to-day basis. So tools like VO3 is very good. There's a tool called Pixverse V5. Okay, which is a video generation tool, image to video. Like for example, if you have an image and you want to bring a video out of it, you want to make a video out of it, Pixverse V5 is good.
Okay.
Right? And then we have TikTok's AI model, which is called ByteDance.
Okay.
And if you ask me, it is the father of all these tools, literally. They generate good videos and good images as well. Right?
Okay.
They are hosted on Higgsfield. You can use it inside Higgsfield as well. You can generate images, generate videos using ByteDance model. They have Dream, they have Dance, all of these tools. Okay. And then for image generation, Reason Google's Nanao Banana, right? It is very good. And then we have ChatGPT 4.0. It is good for generating text and images that involves text also. Product mockups, right? It is very good. There are editing agents as well. And they are not that good, but they are getting there. Tools like Descript, which is an editing agent. Imagine you just give a simple prompt and the video editing agent will do everything on your behalf. It will find the B-rolls, it will edit also. Another tool is called InVideo. It is owned by an Indian. And it is so good that recently I saw an Starbucks ad that InVideo has made, which that Starbucks ad has gotten 75 million, the original production, I mean, okay? And they must have spent millions of dollars to make that production. But InVideo just did that in under $150, the same Starbucks ads. Right? Okay. So InVideo is another good tool for maybe a marketing professional, also a video editor as well. So coming back to the same point, InVideo can also edit videos on your behalf, but they are not good as of now. They are getting there, but I don't see maybe 2-3 years down the line they might come up with a good strong tool. But as of now, until 2-3 years, I think editors might have to do their own work. Maybe after 2-3 years they can delegate few edits, small edits to, let's say, an AI. That's what is my opinion. So editing, if you ask me, will editing become only English? I don't see it happening anytime 2-3 years down the line. So let us wait for that. We never know. It might come tomorrow also. We never know what is happening, right? So in AI is so crazy in the AI world. So yeah. So for an editor, I would say tools like image generation, I've already told you. For video generation, I've told you. There's another tool called video generation. It's called Hailuo. It's another video generation tool. It's a good tool also. Editors can use such tools, right? If a social media manager, for writing, let's say you want to write scripts, you can use tool like Claude. Claude is a good tool for writing. It's trained for creative writing. And if you want to find content ideas, there is a tool called Answer the Public. Answer the Public is I would say an SEO tool, which will actually tell you what people are searching on the Google according to the particular content, according to the particular domain. Let's say it's an AI. Just go to answer the public and search AI, and it's going to tell you what people are searching for AI. So if you're a content creator in AI, you can actually use, people are literally searching for an answer for those terms, right? So imagine you make a content out of it.
Yeah.
Boom. People are going to watch it.
Yeah.
Any domain, if you're a social media manager, you can find content ideas on Answer the Public, right? You can even use tools like ChatGPT to find content ideas. Just enable the web search feature and ask, like, I'm looking for this. Can you give me creative content ideas? This is my personal opinion. If you ask me, are these AI tools smart enough to figure out the next trending thing or what are trending content? My answer is no. Currently, they are not good with finding out the trending content. So you have to do it manually. So if you rely on tools like ChatGPT or anything, I don't think so. But Answer the Public will actually tell you what people are searching for. From there, you can pick out your own, best content idea, and you can make content around it. So for a social media manager, I would recommend Answer the Public. For writing, I would recommend Claude, right? Anything else you want to know, Rachita?
If a graphic designer is looking for it.
There is a graphic designing agent that I recently saw, which is called Lovart.
Okay.
Lovart. Lovart. People can use that, and graphic designer can use tools like ChatGPT or maybe Gemini also for them to generate sample thumbnail or stuff, right? I'll tell you one idea. Okay, to generate a thumbnail, let's say you go to ChatGPT, you draw a thumbnail before even telling ChatGPT, just draw a thumbnail, whatever you have in your mind, give it to ChatGPT and tell it to generate a thumbnail. Just look at the magic. We did this.
Okay.
I mean, like when ChatGPT came, when it released March end, so I was just exploring randomly because it was interesting that a LLM model can help you generate an image. All this while we knew that ChatGPT can give you answers, but generating image was crazy. Back then, we had tools like Midjourney, which was solely only for image generation, right? So when it came out, I was very hyped about it. So I tried generating anime stuff. That's when this Ghibli also took over also. That doesn't mean I started it, but people started it. But then even I was exploring anime stuff. I was exploring how to create thumbnails. I took a screenshot of famous thumbnails, put it and told it that change this figure, change that figure. It actually did that. So a graphic designer can use tools like ChatGPT also. Tools like Lovart also. It's very good.
Okay. One more thing that you were mentioning, coming to AI avatars. It's also trending right now. There are various tools that can help you with that.
Right.
How do you see that growing, firstly? And can those avatars be also used in, movie making, or maybe just a real, like, can a character like that also be famous via Instagram or a tool like that, app like that?
Okay, got it. I am using AI avatar personally for myself for my content creation as well, because I don't have time to shoot content. So I'm using AI avatar. But if you ask me, will AI avatar be the future? I see yes in some way, but it depends on the content that you're making. I'm an AI creator. I make content on the best tools that are available in the market and share updates to people. So as an AI creator myself, me using AI will make sense. But imagine a person who, let's say Ranveer Alabadia, right? Let's say BeerBiceps himself, Ranveer himself is using an AI clone of himself. His audience won't like it because he's a person who has connected to its audience. Like people love that, the real Ranveer Alabadia. And his brand image is such a way that he's connected to the audience. He's a very spiritual person, right?
Yeah.
So his brand image is different from mine. So a person like me, I can use, but a person like Ranveer Alabadia can't use. Similarly, creators who are making content, emotional content or content that connects with human, I would always prefer don't go with AI avatar. Or maybe a tech creator can use, or maybe an AI creator like me can use. It can be a comedy creator can't use because it involves emotion there. Right, so there involves some stuff right there. So people have to make sure that which genre or maybe which topic will be helpful to use an AI avatar, but you can save a lot of time, right? Another interesting fact I'll tell you. 2 days ago I saw an update from the Bollywood that Sunny Leone has signed for a film which is completely AI. The movie name is, I think, Core versus Core, where Sunny Leone is acting as a double action figure. One is as a super woman herself, and the other one is her AI avatar.
Okay.
There is an interesting feature from
that's
the
a
Bollywood.
fun,
So
yeah.
let us see what is happening. Let us see how the film comes out to be. So very interesting stuff.
AI trending in Bollywood as well. The way they changed the ending for Ranjana
Ranjana,
movie.
oh my god. There was a lot of backlash, right?
There was a lot of backlash. But do you think that moving forward, this also can be something that people would explore? because whenever something new comes, at first we see a lot of people hating on it,
Mhm.
but eventually people, that also grows into
That
people, right?
happens with any technology, in my opinion, Rachita. Because when cars came up, those who were riding cows or horses would have protested.
Hmm.
Even people would have followed that, right? So you have to accept technology, in my opinion,
Hmm.
right? So it happens whenever something new comes, right? Human tend to push it away first, and then it
Yeah.
sees, like, you know how dogs never come to us first, like they sniff us first. I'm
Mhm.
not meaning that we are dogs also. I'm
Mhm.
just saying it's a very
Yeah, yeah.
intuition,
Hmm.
the behavior that we have, right? We
Hmm.
push the thing first, and then we see if it's good or not, then we accept it.
Hmm.
Right, that's how things work. Now for creative professional, I think AI is very, very helpful. For example, Rajinikanth recently acted in a movie called Coolie. Right,
Hmm.
if you have watched Coolie, there was a flashback scene where they have made Rajinikanth as a young version of himself, like the 80s or 90s Rajinikanth, like exactly how he looks and like exactly how he talks during the 80s and 90s. And recently, the film director Lokesh Kanagaraj, in an interview, he told that him and Anirudh has used AI to generate that Rajinikanth's older version of Rajinikanth, basically. So yeah, they are
Okay.
using in such films.
Hmm.
Even Netflix has recently, in a trailer, they've used completely AI. I think the whole film or series, if I'm not wrong, I forgot
Hmm.
about it, but the whole film or series is completely by AI, if I'm not wrong.
Hmm.
Right? Even Netflix, these companies are adopting AI in looks like that. And another interesting update from the Bollywood also. I saw the news very recently. Um, Aishwarya Rai and Karan Johar, if I'm not Karan Johar also, they went to the court to protect their personal rights, basically. Because of the rise of deepfakes, these stars like Aishwarya Rai and Karan Johar, they're going to the Supreme Court to protect their rights, to avoid deepfakes.
Hmm.
I think it could be the result of Ranjana, if I'm not wrong. Looks like
Hmm.
this is turning into a
Maybe.
Bollywood conversation now, Rachita. Let us
Yeah.
talk Bollywood now.
No, but also the major thought lies here is that also when you are a public figure, your face can be used anywhere when AI is growing so much.
Correct.
So obviously that also becomes an important factor to protect your safety and sanity
100%.
altogether.
100%.
So I feel eventually, maybe moving forward, how AI progresses, I think there will be also rules and laws that come in for the
Definitely.
same.
Yeah, definitely.
In terms of AI safety also, do you feel like there are a lot of AI experts who are for, who are also against it?
Mhm.
What is your opinion on how we can also protect from, maybe seeing the negative side of AI?
Definitely, like you told, Rachita, there should be laws that make this stricter. But I believe every single AI generated image, that even though it might look real, there is something called metadata behind each photos or maybe videos. If it's an AI generated video, if it's an AI generated image,
Hmm.
the metadata behind the video or image will actually show that it's an AI.
Okay.
So people don't have to worry about that. Even
Hmm.
though they use it for like negative purposes, I think the metadata will show that it's AI or real.
Hmm.
Right? So I think that is a very good thing that, we can look for to
Hmm.
avoid such stuff. So
Okay.
yeah, but end of the day, I think the laws has to be strict.
Hmm.
So let us wait for that. Let us see what the governments. I think they are working towards it, because at the pace that AI is growing, I don't think so. These people have time, right?
Yeah.
Because to make a law, it's not easy. We have to like
Hmm.
consciously go through one by
Yeah.
one. But AI is even faster than that. I think 10x faster than us coming up with a law.
Hmm.
So let us wait for it. Let's hope for the best always. We trust in humanity.
Okay, so we would also like to understand what are the skill sets that people need to have in this AI driven world.
Right. Okay. It is subjective, but this is what I personally believe, that these skills will actually make you valuable.
Hmm.
First thing is having clarity of thought.
Hmm.
Think about this, Rachita. Going forward, we'll be talking to AI tools. If you
Hmm.
don't know what exactly you're thinking, what exactly your goal is, the AI tool is never going to understand. So,
Hmm.
clarity of thought is important. It is also for AI, plus in the real world, also, it's very important, right? Second thing is communication skill. You should be able to know how do you put your thought into words.
Hmm.
You might have the next $1 billion idea,
Yeah.
but if you don't know how to communicate your idea, then your idea is towards the rubbish bin, right? So know how to communicate. Having clarity of thought is also important. Know how to communicate is also important, because only if you know how to communicate,
Hmm.
you can put that into words, right? You can talk to an AI also. Again, it is also helpful in AI. It's also helpful in the real world,
Hmm.
right? Third thing is being agile and speed.
Okay.
Work with speed,
Hmm.
because AI is growing fast every single day and is
Yeah.
ready to replace you. replace whatever idea or task you have. And one more thing I'll tell you. I saw this quote somewhere and I really loved it. We are living in the era of dreamers.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
You have a startup idea, you want to create an app, ChatGPT, create an app for me.
Yes.
You want to study something overnight for your exam, use tools like, student friendly tools. That will be helpful for you. Right? So we are living in the era of dreamers where the barrier to entry is low now. You can't complain. I can't complain that I can't create content anymore because I have something called AI avatar for me to work for me 24/7.
Yeah.
Right? So my barrier to entry is now down. So working with speed and agility is very, very important. You have an idea, quickly execute on it. You want to do something, quickly execute on it. Don't wait for the right time to come. The right time will never come. And that's what even in the real world people will look for. If you keep talking about something, you are not valuable. Execute it, show it. Even if you feel, just go and show it that I've done something. People will definitely love you. That at least you have tried something. Rather than not doing anything, at least you fail in that thing and you gain that experience. You'll have at least something, one or two things to say, rather than having nothing to say. So working with agility and speed is also important in the AI driven world. Right?
Okay.
One more thing, final one. Knowing your problem and figuring out which tool will solve that problem. Another very, very important skill. Understand your problem. Break down your problems. Right? Problem solving skill is also very important now.
Yeah.
Right? Why do you think Sundar Pichai, Elon Musk are the leaders of their organization? Because they have this skill of problem solving and decision making. Imagine Sundar Pichai makes a small mistake in their company. How much money Google would lose?
Yeah.
Is because he knows how to think. Pattern finding skill, problem solving skill, decision making skill. Right? It will instantly make you valuable in the real world plus in the AI world also. Understand your problem, break down those problems and see which AI will help for which problem. You will instantly become valuable. That's my opinion.
Okay. And AI tools that will be helpful for college going students. How can they, um, as you also mentioned, that if you have to study overnight, there are tools. Are there any tools that can actually help them? Because I'm sure there would be a lot of students who would be happy to know
Everybody
that.
sitting in this podcast would be jealous because we are all out of school, out of college right now. And tools like ChatGPT and other tools are actually now helping students to learn even better.
Okay.
Right? I'll tell you a few tools. First thing is Notebook LM by Google. I'm pretty sure people might know, but few people might not know. If you're studying for exams, if you're studying for any sort of exam, or even if you're a working professional, you want to learn something, Notebook LM is a very, very good tool. Right? It's a tool that will act as a study assistant with you. It also summarizes complex research, like long documents, complex research topics. All you have to do is just upload those document. It can be a PDF file, it can be a YouTube, it can be a Drive link. Just upload it, and there is a chat bar where you can just ask questions from that, or maybe you can say prepare me five more ask questions from those PDF. It's going to tell you. You can learn from it. Another interesting fact is, let's say you have uploaded a long 200-page document PDF. There is an audio overview option where you can get summary of the document.
Okay.
And it supports Indian languages like Tamil, Telugu, Hindi. It can give you audio in a podcast format. Think about it. Like, so you can learn in like in a podcast format also. One more interesting thing that will blow your mind. It can generate video overview.
What?
Imagine creating a video summary for you. You upload a PDF, it'll generate a video summary where you can actually learn visually. Those who are visual learners can learn from it. It also has a quiz option where you can quiz from that PDF to learn better. It has flashcards option. So it's all super like a student friendly tool, I would say. Right? Notebook LM is a very good tool. Another tool by Google. It's called Learn Your Way.
Okay.
They released it 2-3 days ago, if I'm not wrong, a week ago max, right? It's called Learn Your Way. It is under their experiment phase. They might release it soon, where imagine you can personalize your learning. Let's say, Rachita, I heard that you want to learn psychology, right? Imagine learning psychology with, let's say you love cinema. Imagine learning psychology with cinema.
Okay.
So Learn Your Way will actually customize your learning plan or the learning material according to your hobby or the things that you like. So it will actually give you documents or actually give you flashcards, or maybe it'll ask quiz related to cinema, like relating cinema to psychology.
Damn, that's interesting.
It's under experiment phase. It might come out very, very soon. People can try to get a test of it, but if you ask me if it's a production ready app, not yet, because there are a lot of features that's lacking. But wait for it. Let us wait for learn your way coming up with like exciting features. That is another tool. Another tool I told earlier was ChatGPT study and learn feature, where you can study, right? Google also have something called career coach also.
Okay.
Inside Google, there's something called Gemini Gem. Go to Gemini Gem and you can have your own study guide inside Gemini Gem. You can also have a career coach also. Those who are looking for jobs, there is also career coach as well. Just explore Gemini Gem and you'll figure it out. Right? Gemini Gem is very good for students plus those who are looking for job also.
So, coming to our end of the podcast, I have two major questions for you. Firstly, if someone wants to, become an AI expert, how are they supposed to go about it? Can you give like a step by step guide or something for them?
Okay, let me tell you something. There are less than 100 days before 2025 ends. By the start of 2026, I want all of you to become an AI expert. Not exactly an AI expert, at least get to know about all of the AI tools and master them. All right. First step is, like I told you, figure out your problems. Understand your problem first. And then explore basic tools like ChatGPT, Gemini. Explore them. Take one tool, spend 5 minutes for a day for the rest of the week. One tool, 5 minutes to 10 minutes per day for the next 1 week. Maybe after this podcast, take ChatGPT as a tool. Explore that 5 to 10 minutes every single day. Just go through the settings. Just look at the settings. Just go through each one by one. Read the documents. Maybe just go into Google or ask ChatGPT itself. What are the features you have inside ChatGPT? Right? Explore that tool thoroughly. And now you will know like what ChatGPT can do and what ChatGPT can't do. 1 week is done. Next week, go to the next tool. Figure out all these tools, or maybe whatever tools I've shared in this podcast, go through them one by one each week. By 2025 ends, you're going to be expert. You're going to know all these tools. Right? So before 2025, master these exact skills. Right? Pick one tool, explore that tool 5 to 10 minutes per day, per week. And then once you have mastered that, go to the next tool the next week. That's how you become an expert. Not exactly an expert, but an explorer like me.
Yeah. Okay, explorer like you. My last question would be one advice that you want to give everyone out of the things that so many things you have mentioned. But if you feel that this one advice you forgot to mention, or maybe this one thing everyone should know, what would that advice be?
Keep executing is all I say. Right? Stop wondering about things. Stop just thinking about those things. Right? Just start executing. That's all I can say. Because we are living in a world where things are moving fast, and you probably 80%, 90% of them are not realizing how fast we are moving. So don't be left behind. Start executing things. I told you, we are living in the world of dreamers. So if you want to do something, go ahead and start it. Ask ChatGPT. One of my student in my workshop, right? He is living in a tier 2 city, if I'm not wrong, right? After that workshop, he used tools like Gemini to research about a business idea in his town. It actually gave, like, historically, what is that what is that town meant for business? What does it do? How can he make money in that town? And he has actually started that. We are in the era of dreamers.
That's a really good
Exactly.
use of AI.
Right? So go ahead, go out there, just explore with ChatGPT, put your ideas out there, have clarity of thought, know what you're doing, right? Just keep executing, fail faster, improve from there. That is my one and only advice I would say.
Okay. Thank you so much for doing this.
My pleasure.
I am sure that the audience have gained a lot of knowledge out of this.
My pleasure.
So thank you.
Thank you so much. I hope you guys would have gotten at least one or two value from this podcast. It's my complete idea to help you guys out. So yeah, thank you so much, Rachita, for having me in this podcast. See you maybe let's say another podcast. If you want another detailed AI podcast, let us know in the comments. We'll be happy to do another podcast for you guys. Thank you so much, Rachita. Thank you so much, team. Bye bye.